The second thing, and this is super duper important, at this point, again, I'm doing audits of plumbing and HVAC contractors, kind of looking at their setup, and I'm seeing that in a lot of cases they're not marking their jobs as booked because they haven't understood that that's critical, right? Google has to see that the jobs and leads that you're getting from local service ads are being handled and they're turning into money for you, but they're also turning into a good experience for their consumer. And if you don't mark the job as booked, you're kind of leaving Google with a lack of closure. And there's one thing that a major corporation like that doesn't like is a lack of understanding, a lack of knowing what's going on. So how do we do that? How do we close our jobs? This is mission critical. You or somebody on your staff has to be assigned to this. If you're going to deploy Google local service ads, this is a must. So up here, we've got the ability to go in and click on our leads. And so within Active, you can click on any lead and then click on the number, and there's a couple things you can do here. The first is you can listen to the recording, right? So just like you do on Service Titan or CallRail, but these are ones happening within your Google local services. So you can click that button, hear the call, right? And decide, did it get booked? Did it get scheduled maybe out into the future? Or was it an invalid lead, right? And so what you have to do at a bare minimum is have someone go through all of your leads and then mark them as booked. So when you click mark as booked, you can say already complete. That would just mean you sent the guy out and you got paid. Job's done, slam dunk. You can mark it as upcoming, which means scheduled for Friday at 3 p.m. or scheduled for next Monday at 2, right? Just letting Google know this thing got scheduled. And then if you've got the email address, you can enter it there. That way you can request a review. We're going to talk more about that review request process, but just know that that is there and it's part of the process. So we got to make sure we close our jobs, and then really every job should have one of three outcomes. Outcome 1, it got booked. Outcome 2, it gets archived because not every job gets booked. Sometimes it kind of goes stale, so we're going to archive those. And then outcome 3 is to dispute it, right? And that's how we would dispute right here and say, hey, sorry Google, this job, was not in our service area, or it was the wrong number, or it was a sales call, and Google will take care of that. So you want to make sure somebody on your team's paying attention. They're booking the jobs, marking them as booked within the platform. They're disputing. That way you're not paying for things that don't make any financial sense for you, so you can dispute. You should dispute. And then the next thing is to drive verified reviews. And so I just want to kind of show you guys what this is, and really kind of make sure that there's a difference between a Google review and a Google verified review. So I'm just going to pull up another search result here. And let's just go back one here. All right, so we run a search for Bohemia AC Repair. And the client we work with over here is Varsity Home Services. So let's just pull up here. We've got a bunch of reviews that are, just regular. These are regular reviews. Now, if we go into Tom Drexler, and I think I saw Tom Drexler on this call, glad to see you here with us. When you get a review through the platform, it comes through as Google verified job. So this means somebody called the number, somebody on the team marked it as booked, and then followed the process to have them write a review, and that gets marked as Google verified job. Can you see how if you have more verified jobs, that's going to give you a little bit of a competitive lift over the competition, because it means you're doing exactly what Google wants. You're closing out your job. You're submitting a request for review. You did a good enough job that the customer went through and posted a review. I really believe that the combination of booking your jobs and kind of closing the loop and actually getting verified reviews is going to be the gold standard in your ability to stay active in the 3-pack going forward. So let me kind of show you how to do that. So there's 2 ways to request your reviews and to generate verified reviews. The first is to go in here to reviews, and again within reviews we've got all of our Google reviews, right? And we can see verified job right here, very good. But you got to go into this area, reviews, and then click on ask for review. And so this is kind of a holding bin for all of your completed jobs. Everything that you marked as booked falls into the Ask for Review category. And then all you have to do is go in here, click the Ask for Review button. You got to enter some details here. You got to enter the customer's name, customer's email address, what kind of job it was, confirm that you have the right, and then hit send. And then Google will take the process and run with it from there. And that's it. Right? That's the process for getting verified reviews. Now, I think it's mission critical that you understand doing this is much different than using your review platform. So whether you use Nearby Now, ReviewBuzz, Podium, Broadly, these are all great platforms. And basically what they do is they take the customer's email and they send the request for review. Those reviews are happening outside of the Google Local Services platform. You need to do this, at least for now, and maybe these guys are already working on integrations, but for now, this has to happen here, right, in order to get this verified review. So it's really important that you push for this, and that on every one of these jobs, you're marking them complete, and then you're going in, you're clicking the Ask for Review button, and you're pushing that through. This will really help you, kind of stamp your approval in Google's mind that you're the right kind of company, you're doing the right kind of work, your customers are happy, and if that's the case and they've got that data, there'd be no reason for them not to keep you in the rotation, assuming you've got the budget for your search results. So we want to push for Google reviews. And again, the way to do that, number of views is going to be a major driver. You want to provide great services always, and then leverage the platform to get those Google reviews, so that you can get more of these verified reviews within your Google Local Services platform. Now, the fifth piece, and the other really critical thing here, is we want to shoot for a high booking rate. So, within the platform, you get this ability right here to click on reports. And when we look at our reports, we can see how many leads we got charged for, what we spent, and then how many we marked as booked. And then right here, we've got a booking rate. And a lot of times, as I'm doing these audits, I'm seeing, zero. There's like zero because the person's not closing the loop on it. I'm seeing like in the 20 and 30% range. And mainly, I believe this is because of a lack of awareness. Lack of awareness that you need to book the jobs in the system. A lack of awareness that it's really important that you close the loop on this stuff. But I think it's really important that you track this, because what you track improves, right? And so I would really encourage, have somebody in your team that's responsible for this process, and that on a monthly basis, maybe even on your weekly team meetings, if you're doing weekly huddles, have this pull up as one of the metrics you look at. What's our booking rate on Google Local Service ads? And really shoot for 85% or higher. That's going to mean you're a very optimized local home service provider, and really give you a competitive advantage over the competition. So, that's the piece on really winning with Google Local Service ads. You get these 4 things or 5 things really dialed in, you're going to have a massive competitive advantage over the competition. That's why I'm really glad that you're on this session. You're getting this information. Dial in the profile, make sure that it's all set up. I would assign a power user within your company that understands how to get around in that platform, that's looking at it on a monthly basis. I don't think this is set it and forget it. It is relatively simple, but you should look at are our services being targeted correctly? Are there things that we do that we aren't in the rotation for? Could we stand to increase our budget at this point? Who's going to mark the jobs, right? You got to make sure, whether it's a dispatcher or an office manager, who's going to mark the jobs as complete, who's going to deal with disputes, make sure that verified review request goes out, and who's going to be tracking that 85% booking rate, or tracking what that booking rate is over time. These are things you want to think about. I think it's like anything else. Once you're aware of it and you can put somebody in charge of it, you can really make that work well. Well, I hope you got value from that video. If you'd like more ideas, strategies, and techniques on how to really more effectively market your plumbing or HVAC business online, I'd like to invite you to go to plumberseo.net/challenge. checklist. There we've outlined the ultimate online marketing checklist for plumbing and HVAC contractors to really maximize your lead flow online. This really simplifies the entire online marketing equation into a checklist that you can easily identify what you should do next and what you could do to really probably double, triple, or even 10x the number of leads you're getting for your plumbing or HVAC business online. So you can get that completely free of charge, simple one-page checklist with a video that explains and kind of walks you through it. Just go to plumberseo.net/checklist. Talk to you soon.